comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Alright, listen. I know I made this horrible top 10 worst movies of the year, which, by the way, thanks for the support. Like 80 views in one day. That's really good. But point is that I made this list, the worst of the year. We had some horrible movies this year, like over 10 1 out of 10s, which was really bad. But I mentioned at the end of the video that this is a great year. And overall, this year was a lot better. It got better at the end. Like at the beginning of the year, like maybe halfway through, I thought, God, this year is so much worse than 2018. But no, the fall season this year, the fall-winter season, like these last 2 months, have given me so many great movies. In fact, I think this entire list is like, maybe a couple movies are from before October. But like, it's all October through December mostly. And I was really happy by that. I this year tried to go and watch a lot more R-rated films because for those unaware, I didn't see a single R-rated film last year because I am not 17, so I actually can't go to one. But this year I tried to get my parents to take me to more. I tried to watch some more Redbox films. Most of this list is R-rated films because I was like, no, I don't want to miss movies this year. So I really feel like I didn't miss many movies. There are a couple movies I did miss that I do want to point out. I missed The Lighthouse, which I was really mad about. I really wanted to see that movie, but I didn't get to. Point is that I wanted my dad to take me to it. However, that was the same weekend as Zombieland came out, which I wanted to go to too. And I was like, he wants to go to that more, so we went on Zombieland. And I don't want to overblow him with all these movies. And it's already left my theater at this point, so there's no way I can see it right now. So I'm sorry about that. I really wanted to see it. It probably would have made this list, but I didn't see it. I'm sorry about that. And another movie I missed. There were a lot of movies I missed, but there were two mainly, is A Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which I physically couldn't see. I know it's R-rated, so I probably wouldn't have seen it anyway, but if I could, I would have seen it. But it didn't even go to a theater near me, so there was no way I even could have seen it, so I have a good excuse there. And 1917 is another movie I missed. It doesn't come to me till January, so if I do see it, which I don't know if I will, it'll be in my top 10 favorites of 2020. So yeah, maybe I'll watch it on Redbox. I don't know. Point is that I have a top 10 best movies of 2019, and we're going to go through our honorable mentions. You'll hear this honorable mentions, you're going to think, holy crap, this is going to be one great list. It will be. First honorable mention is Fighting with My Family. This was a movie I really enjoyed. It was very fun, very cute, had a lot of really great comedy. It's not a movie I particularly thought about all that much, but it was a great movie that came out in February, which isn't really all that common. Next honorable mention I have is John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. I love this franchise, and I think this is the best of the franchise thus far. The action is incredibly entertaining. Keanu Reeves kills it. The acting is awesome, obviously. The cinematography is beautiful. And the action, I just can't stress it more. The action's amazing. Go watch John Wick 3. I actually have my Blu-ray upstairs. I bought that. I didn't bring any Blu-rays down, but I bought like Endgame, Toy Story, Spider-Man, and Rocket Man. So yeah, and John Wick. Anyway, speaking of Spider-Man, my next honorable mention is Spider-Man Far From Home. A lot of these are just blockbusters that were really great but didn't make the list. I really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed Spider-Man overall, and I enjoy the Marvel Cinematic Universe overall, so I expected I would enjoy this film a lot, but I was really impressed by it. I was really impressed by actually how intelligent the film is. I thought it would just be another Marvel movie, but it was actually a lot more intelligent than I thought it would be. Another honorable mention is Toy Story 4. I'm a sucker for Toy Story. I love Toy Story, and I didn't go into this one with high expectations at all, and I really loved it. I love the comedy. I love the plot. It had a really heartfelt ending. It was a great movie. If this is the final Toy Story movie, it had a pretty dang great send-off. Next, we have Ad Astra. This film has made a lot more people's list. I can see why it makes your list. It's my favorite movie that came out in September. I really loved Ad Astra, but it's not quite for my top 10 list. The cinematography is amazing. It really felt like space. I love the quietness of the movie. I love this movie. Brad Pitt kills it. It's awesome. It's slow-paced, and I love it. It's great. Another, I don't know if this is my final honorable mention. I have two more. Another honorable mention is Jojo Rabbit. I wanted this movie to make the list, but it didn't quite. It was close, but probably number 12 for me. But I really enjoyed Jojo Rabbit. Had a really cute plot, had really great characters. Taika Waititi was awesome. The directing is great. It's funny, but it's like, the movie's funny and cute, but it also knows when to get serious, which is something that's really impressive to me. So very nice work on this one, Taika Waititi. You did a great job. And for my final honorable mention is Ford v Ferrari. I wanted this movie to make the list so bad, but there were just 10 movies I enjoyed more. Ford v Ferrari was an absolute blast of a film. After you get past those first 20 minutes, which are great anyway, the 2 hours, I had like a smile on my face the entire time. It's fast-paced, super entertaining, amazing cinematography, amazing racing, amazing acting. Ford v Ferrari is a 10 out of 10 for me, but it's just not quite in the top 10, which when you hear what number 10 is, you will think, okay, this is going to be one great list. And yes, it will be. For number 10, let's get into it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Wrestlers got alter egos. You need a name.
Falcon. Peanut butter Falcon.
I feel like the Peanut Butter Falcon is a great way to start this list off. Because overall, it's not the most challenging film. I didn't walk out of this film and I didn't really think about it too much. But it is a really, really heartfelt and good time. I got pretty emotional actually in this movie. It's really emotionally engaging. The acting is so good. It's really great acting. I love the plot. It's just such a sweet and heartfelt film, honestly. It's such a genuine film. I can just tell you how I could gush about this movie all day, but I know this is Christian's favorite movie of the year, so I'll wait for him to make his top 10 best. Just go watch him gush about it because I know he loves this movie a lot more than I do, which I freaking love this movie. It's one of my favorites. It's obviously one of my favorites of the year. It's in this top 10. But holy crap, Peanut Butter Falcon was a really great movie. I'll let Christian gush about it, though, when he makes his top 10 best, because I feel like he deserves to talk about this movie more than I do.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
You were never ordinary.
Alright, listen, I'm a huge Elton John fan, so it's kind of already with a bias, but Rocketman was such a good time. This was a really, really entertaining movie. Despite the fact that it's literally better than Bohemian Rhapsody in every way, so this movie obviously deserves a Best Picture nomination, right? This movie was such a good time. I love the musical numbers. The cinematography is really great. Taron Egerton is so good. He kills it. One of the best performances of the year. It is such a fun movie. And I love the musical choice. I love how they took Elton John music and turned it into a musical. I loved just watching them perform songs like Yellow Brick Road. The Crocodile Rock scene was one of the best scenes of the year. And yeah, I had a freaking blast with this movie. This was one entertaining movie. And it's also really emotionally engaging. For once, a biopic wasn't super cliched. So thanks for that. Rocketman's a blast.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Oh my God. Tell me what happened to my grandfather.
You know what else is a blast? Knives Out. This movie was so much fun. I saw this movie on the early screening, and it was so hard just having to wait and just think, oh, is everybody else going to love it? Truth be told, everybody loves this movie as much as I did. I had a freaking blast. It is fast-paced. I love I love how it calls back to things like Agatha Christie and Clue, but it doesn't copy off them at all. It's a very creative film. I love the plot. I did not predict it at all. Well, actually, I didn't. The acting is fantastic throughout. The cinematography is really great. I love the score. I love that classic score. It's really great. Yeah, Daniel Craig kills it. This might be my favorite performance from him. I love him in James Bond, but holy crap, he's awesome in this movie. It's entertaining, it's funny, it's exciting. Knives Out's an absolute blast of a film. This was one of my most anticipated of the year, and I cannot tell you more. This movie did not disappoint at all.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
This is my surprise movie of the year because I didn't really think Joker would be a great movie. I went into the movie thinking it would be good, but I was thinking, okay, how great is it going to be? It's fantastic. Guys, everybody's seen Joker. It's made $1 billion, but holy crap, it's such a fantastic film. Joaquin Phoenix, this is best performance of the year, easily. I know everybody said that already, but he kills it. What is there I can say about this movie that hasn't been said? I walked out of this movie and I just thought, dang, that's one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. Now, there are a lot more movies that came out after it that I just liked more, but holy crap, Joker was a fantastic movie. It is very intense. It is super emotionally engaging. It is a great villain origin story. Honestly, I kind of want to see more, but I don't really want a sequel, and I don't really know what other villain gets this treatment. So how about we love Joker, we buy it on Blu-ray, we watch it 1,000,000 times, and we just have Joker now, this $1 billion, really, really amazing movie. Really great. This is one of the slowest paced movies of the year, actually. And it's number 7 on my list, and well, I haven't found a slow pace, but my point is it made $1 billion. I'm really happy the world actually rallied behind this movie, because it is a very important film, actually, because, you know, we don't get comic book movies nearly this creative. So once you put it in the perspective of this top 10 list, it's not nearly as creative, but once you put it in the perspective of other comic book films recently, it is so much different, so much vastly different. That is why I love Joker, and I'm buying that thing on Blu-ray right when it gets there.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money, money, money.
你如何去做？
It hurt me so bad to not put The Farewell in the top 5 movies of the year, but it's just not there. It's very close, but not quite. I love this movie with all my heart. I just loved every second of it. I love the acting. The pacing is fantastic. It has a lot of amazing comedy. And it's just such a heartfelt story. I just got so much emotion from this movie. I just really picked up on it. And it's a PG movie, and it's an hour and a half. And I just love it. I just love everything about it. I know it's on Blu-ray right now, but I couldn't find the Blu-ray, which I'm so mad about, because I could watch this movie a million times. I don't want to spoil anything, because I probably will spoil something if I continue talking about it. So please go watch The Farewell. It was a huge hit when it came out, but trust me, The Farewell is one of the best movies of the entire decade. Even if it's not top 5 on my list, I still love it. I love every movie on this list. Come on.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money, money, money.
That's my family!
Get the kids out of the house.
Yeah, the movie I saw last minute is at number 5. I freaking adored Uncut Gems. This movie's brilliant. It is stressful. Like, I love just the word I'm using is anxiety inducing. That's just how to describe it. I just love the descent of this character. Adam Sandler kills it. It is just an entertaining, fast-paced, but anxiety-inducing film. I felt very stressful to watch this film, and there's just people arguing at each other, just chaos, and I just love it. I just love everything this movie did. I think the Safdie brothers absolutely killed it. This is one of the best movies of the year, easily. Please go watch Uncut Gems. It just went to theaters on Wednesday, so it's probably playing near you. If it's not, I'm sorry, but if it is, wait for Redbox, because it is one heck of a film.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money, money, money.
Whatever it takes.
Many of you probably thought I would place Avengers Endgame at number 1, but yes, truth be told, there were 3 movies this year that came out that were way better. I said last year at the end of my top 10 best, like at the end of the top 10 best of 2018, I said the 2 best would be Avengers Endgame and The Rise of Skywalker. I didn't even like The Rise of Skywalker, and Endgame's not the best of the year. Does that mean Endgame's a bad movie? Not at all. This is such an amazing movie because, look, I'm a Marvel fan, obviously. You know, I'm a sucker for Marvel. I like everything Marvel, besides Captain Marvel. But that wasn't supposed to rhyme. Point is that this is a celebration of Marvel. That's exactly what it is. It just said, hey, look, let's reflect on the past 10 years, set up the next part of this universe, and I just love it in that sense. The third act of this movie is the best part of any movie this year. If it was just that, I would have given it number 1. However, there's another 2 hours to this movie, which aren't nearly as good as that third act, but they're still great, first 2 hours. It has a nice pace. It's very distinctly, reasonably 3 hours long. And I don't really ever feel, I've watched it a couple times, I never have felt the 3 hour runtime because there's so much happening. It's such an entertaining film. And if you're looking for a good time at the movies for 3 hours straight, you've probably already seen it, but Avengers Endgame is a great film for that. I love Marvel. This is the only movie I ended the year off crying, because the top 3 I got close, but none of them actually made me cry. This movie, I ended it, and I was like, dang it, I am in tears, I am a wreck. Frick yeah, Avengers Endgame, maybe not my favorite of the year, but one hell of a movie. Marvel, you somehow this universe pulled this fantastic movie off. They pulled so much off, and I'm really excited to see what comes next for them. A lot of people are over Marvel. If you are, fine with me. But honestly, Avengers Endgame just made me more excited for what's to come next.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money, money, money.
But it's not quite the best 3 hour epic of the year, because my favorite 3 hour epic of the year is The Irishman. I freaking love this movie. I really love it. I think Martin Scorsese, returning to mafia movies, he couldn't have done it in better fashion with this emotionally engaging, like, just amazing film. How else to describe it? It's just an amazing movie. The acting is fantastic. The effects on the faces is seamless. The pacing is really nice. It's like, this movie's 3.5 hours, and I did feel that runtime, definitely, but it was not boring. Not a second of this movie was boring. It is just super engaging. I felt like I had this journey at the beginning of the film to the end of the film. I felt like I just went through this man's life. It's a very interesting film. In fact, after I watched this movie, I researched a lot into Jimmy Hoffa and Frank Sheeran and that whole incident, and now I find it really interesting. So thanks, you got me into some Mafia shady business. I already find the Mafia interesting, and this movie just solidated why I find the Mafia so interesting. This movie's awesome. It is fantastic throughout. It's on Netflix. Please watch it. If you don't want to watch a 3.5-hour film, fine. Just watch it in 2 parts. Everybody stop freaking out about the runtime. You can just make it 2 parts and then you have 2 hour and 45-minute movies. Is an hour and 45 minutes too long for you? Whatever. Irishman's fantastic. I watched this movie in 1 sitting and I don't see why other people can't, but okay, I guess I can watch 3-hour movies that other people can. Or maybe I just love the film. I don't know. Point is, The Irishman is fantastic.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
The temptation I had to give Parasite my number 1 was super strong, but it wasn't quite enough. I love this movie. I love Parasite. I saw only a couple days ago, but holy crap, what a film. What a film. I've thought about it a lot since that day I saw it. It has a very original plot. It's very engaging, like super engaging. It's pretty funny. There are a lot of really good tension in the movie. There's a lot of scenes in the movie where I kind of felt grossed out. It's a great movie. And subtitle films a lot of time I have trouble with because I have to get invested at the beginning or else I'm not even going to know what's going on because I don't feel like reading because I'm not a reading person. But once this film got rolling, I started reading the subtitles without thinking about the fact that I was reading the subtitles. Like, that's how good this movie is. It is an amazing movie. And if this movie wins Best Picture, wins all these awards, I'm fine with it. But it's not quite number 1 because there's only one movie this year that just got me in that way. This is that one movie this year that, that one movie that just gets you right in the heart. Yeah, that's this movie. My number 1 favorite movie of the year has been praised to death, and it should be praised to death even more because this movie deserves every single ounce of attention. Now, Parasite's fantastic, but it's not the best movie of the year, is it?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
It's not as simple as not being in love anymore.
Eventually, it'll be the 2 of you having to figure this out. Together.
Yep, my number 1 favorite movie of the year was Marriage Story, which I never would have predicted happened. Even a month ago, I never thought Marriage Story would be the best movie of the year, but it is. Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver. Holy crap, these people. I think Adam might actually give a better performance than Joaquin Phoenix. I'm being honest, guys. It is an incredible performance. And everybody's seen that arguing scene, and I rewatched it because I was thinking, is Parasite number 1 or Marriage Story? I rewatched that arguing scene and I thought, yeah, Marriage Story is number 1 easily. The amount of just sheer reality this film felt, it just felt so grounded. I felt like I was watching real people yell at each other. That's actually how I felt. It felt just so real, so grounded. I felt so emotionally attached to these characters. You switch back on their sides. You don't know who's right, who's wrong. You switch back and forth. You feel bad for one character. You feel bad for the other. You think the other one's right. Then you think the other one's right. You see them arguing. They both do crappy things to each other. It's just an amazing film in that way. It made me scared of marriage. I mean, I'm only 14, so I can't say I'm looking to marriage, but holy crap, this movie made marriage look kind of hard. But honestly, this movie is fantastic, and it really does show, the best way to have a successful marriage is communication. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I've seen Marriage Story now, so I know what that looks like. It doesn't look fun, but it is an amazing, amazing film, and I will rewatch this film for years to come. Thank God it's on Netflix, because the best movie of the year is a Netflix film. Never thought I'd say that, but it is. What was that? Something fell upstairs, probably. Point is that this is the best movie of the year. I love Marriage Story. This is an incredible film, and I was so engaged the entire time, so emotionally attached. It's funny. It's adorable. Go watch Marriage Story. It is a heartbreaking, amazing movie, and it is easily the best movie of 2019, which is quite amazing, actually. See, like I said, most of the movies I saw on this list were R-rated. Rocketman was R-rated. Joker was R-rated. Uncut Gems was R-rated. The Irishman was R-rated. Parasite was R-rated. And Marriage Story was R-rated. So, the majority of this list is R-rated. Let's see, there are only a couple PG-13 movies. But this was like I said, this was a great year. The fact that Marriage Story got number 1 is quite impressive. Because I could have given Uncut Gems number 1. I could have given Endgame number 1. I could have given Irishman number 1. I could have given Parasite number 1. But specifically Marriage Story was the one I picked for my number 1. This was a fantastic year. I'm really excited for 2020 to see if maybe even we get a better year. We don't have any Endgames or Rise of Skywalkers next year. So my most anticipated of next year is Tenet by Christopher Nolan. Sorry I didn't react to the trailer. I think I'm done with those, actually, trailer reactions. But point is that this year was great. We had a lot of fantastic movies. Sorry I didn't see Lighthouse and Portrait of a Lady on Fire. If I did, I would have put them on this list probably, but I didn't. I'm sorry, but at least I did better this year than I did last year, because last year I did better than Jeremy Jahns this year. I saw more films than him. But point is that like last year, I didn't see any R-rated movies. Like my favorite movie of the year was Infinity War. Now this year it's like my Infinity War of the year is Endgame, and I found 3 movies I enjoyed more. If I went out to watch R-rated films, I probably would have had a better top 10 last year. But this year I was like, no, I'm going to go watch some R-rated films, and I had a way better top 10. And I would not have... Endgame would be my number 1 if I hadn't seen Irishman, Parasite, or Marriage Story. So I'm very happy I made that decision. It helped me a lot in the end. And overall, fantastic year. We had really amazing movies. And I'll go rewatch a lot of these movies for years to come. Am I going to watch anything more from 2018? No, I have a couple things left for 2018. I'm going to do the nominations for the 2020 MTS Movie Awards and hopefully announce everybody that'll be in it. I have to confirm with everybody first if they're going to be in it. But I will do the announcement soon, and I'll give your nomination soon. Then I'm also going to do a ranking like I did last year on December 31st. I'm doing a live stream where I will just go on my Letterbox and I will just throw through every single movie I saw in 2019, and then that's how I'm ending the year off. I did that last year for 2 hours straight. It was fun, actually. I did really enjoy it. I'll bring some water next time. And you don't have to make a sandwich, because for those unaware, in the middle of the live stream, my phone nearly died, and I didn't want to cut the live stream off, so I had to go grab a charger. So for about 20 minutes of the live stream, I'm not on screen. So I won't let that happen this year. I'll charge my phone up. But I'm excited for that to happen this year, and it'll be a lot of fun. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'll watch every movie on this list. How about that? Go do that. Bye.